welcome to another episode of Sunday. My name is Tracy Walker, a Memories Advisor in Des Moines, Iowa, and we are working our way through slowly but surely um, the Project Recipes Book, 52 Scrapbooking Project Recipes. And we are going to do Project Recipe 13, which is on page 30. And it was originally done with Birds and Blossoms. We are going to use Magical Moments. This is a current collection that Creative Memories has. It's just all sorts of fun ones for that. And let's see if I pull right. Right. So there's this one was like Epic Adventures, and then there's Magical Moments, and it came with a bunch of these the embellishments that came with it. All sorts of little things. So we'll go through and maybe pull some of these. I was trying to decide, like, use them for, like, this could be used for, because I'm doing these kind of in with mind of Disney. Like, that could be Buzz Lightyear. I don't know about the dragon ones. The knight. Oh, if you try to pull the sword out, that one's a good one. These are good, just generic ones. This could be good for that one. The castle. That's like if you did maybe Universal with Harry Potter, like that. Find Me Under the Sea. Sorry, I don't speak human. Pixie Wishes and Fairy Dust Kisses. That's a good one because they always do. Oh, there's a spell one. So that could be for. I mean, you can use it for Halloween play. Like I said, Pirates. I did one. I'm trying to think. It was the Epic Adventures Pirates of the Caribbean was one of the ones. If you haven't seen it, it's either there or it'll be coming out soon. So maybe we'll hold on to these, and I'm going to put them in this little thing right here. So I was thinking more of that Ariel ride at Magic Kingdom for this. So, which then do I use the seashell one or the magic one? I think maybe I'm gonna lean towards the seashell. Well, we'll see. Because I really like this reminds me of Ariel's ride. So all right, I'm gonna use these two papers as the base. So as with any sketch, I feel like the sketches are, these project recipes are guidelines. So I'm not going to be cutting the borders because I'm going to pull a border from here. And then not necessarily going to cut the mats because I can cut them out of a cardstock or something like that. Don't need to punch. I do need these triangles, which I'm probably going to use like the back side of this paper and some deep sea green cardstock, and we'll see how that looks. And then, so this is our designer paper one, which is going to be, we have to kind of pay attention to. And this doesn't have a direction, so we're good on that one. This is this green piece that goes across. So this one, we're going to skip the border part and we're going to cut at trimmer. There we go. Put this guy aside for a minute. Take off my sticky note. And we're going to do, this is 4.5. So we're going to do first 4.5. Make sure I get it here. There's 4.5. Okay, cut that piece. And then the next piece is 4.5 by 7.25. I'm going to do 4.5. Scrap. And then this one is going to be 4 3/4. So I'm going to do the 4 3/4 part. Okay. And then this part we're going to turn back this way and make it 4 1/4. So then we're going to have like a little strip. Make sure. Then we'll have this little strip and put that right there. So we got that one. This one is 4 3/4. Trying to decide. Okay, so I have to do it this way. So 4 3/4. Make sure that's right. And measure twice, cut once philosophy. You watched This Old House when you were a kid. So these are 3 by 3s. All right, so let's cut. This one is a 3. Put that off to the side, and then a 3. And then cut a triangle. So we're just putting in each angle on the cut line. There we go. Got that. And then I'm trying to decide, do I do that or do I find maybe some pink? I don't know. Well, I'm going to work with that. All right, so let's cut this one. Decide, see if I can, if you've watched me cut these, I don't have the greatest track record. And that continues. I did not get that cut very well. I need, okay. Let's try this one more time. All right, got that trimmed. All right, if I can. And I use the sight guides, but sometimes I still. Let's try. Let's try the sight guide. Sounds good. All right. Right. Ooh, I did get that one. All right. Try this one. All right. Sight guide says I'm good. And it's not. All right. Throw that guy here. And see if we can get this to cut. There we go. Close. All right. And then let's see what works. All right. We're going to put it together. So we need. All right. We are recording again. For whatever reason, it stopped recording about 8 minutes in, and I hadn't done a lot. So we're kind of good on that. I'm going to show you on this side, we put on the border, the shell border with the stripes, and this is the pink place. So that's the left side. Right side, we're going to do this again. So the right side, we have the kind of the, I would say, mermaid fins or the dragon fins, whatever you want to do that is on there. And then we have the seashells going across the top about a quarter, I'd say like a quarter of an inch. Yep. Let's do it this way because it's not matching up. There we go. Like that. Did I not have this guy over? Oh, I do not have this guy over. Why is there so much of a gap? I'll try this again. This is what's great about repositionable tape running. But that's just so weird. Every once in a while, it like stops recording. I wish it would like make a noise when it stops recording so that I'm like, oh, okay. All right, so we got that. And then we got this guy. So I must have hit it probably with something is my guess. And there we go. All right, so kind of where we're at. Let's pull out. And I cut these out of dark sea green. So we've got these sides right here. So we've done this, we've got this, the border across the top, and then this guy was getting lost. And so I felt like we needed, I'm going to put some more tape on around here. We're going to put this on here and then on the bottom. So now you can see it a little bit better. And then this guy is supposed to go here, but it's kind of really, really busy. So my other thought is this size was 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. So we can cut this canary. So let's cut 4 1/4. Make sure it doesn't stop recording, and then 4 3/4. Do that. And then the other piece of canary, what I was going to do is cut as a 3 by 3. And I just have my little scrap bin next to me that has all sorts of scraps in it, like the smaller one. All right, I'm going to cut 3 by 3. I don't know. I was trying to decide, like, do I have any, no, let's cut the triangles, like any pattern paper, but I don't, but I've got those the embellishments, so maybe we just use those. But, all right, so go from there. So this is going to be in here just like that. And we can use it, they're using it as journaling. I could use it as photos. All right, so let's decide how this is going to go. Yeah, I feel like that goes underneath. So do that. Put him like 1/4 of an inch, and then we'll put the other one for that. And like this. Okay. Maybe put him just like that. Maybe we'll have like that. Okay. Oops. Let me get some more adhesive on here. Just like that. Okay. Now let's find the other guy. Put these on first. And then this is going to go up against over here like this. Okay. For that. So, and then they have for pictures. All right. Let's pull out the picture cards. Love these. If you don't, you can make your own. Okay. So they have a 6 by 4, and we can just use these. You don't necessarily have to mat them because I can use this as the mat. Right? We got that and that. And then this a 3 by 4 right here. Put that right there. And then this has a 4 by 6. This says 5 by 4, but we could do a 4 by 4 right here. And then this has a 3 by 4, but I feel like we put 4 by 4 here. And then this one, I could put a 4 by 4 here. And then they have this blank. So really, let's see. I think this is going to be, that's too big. We can do another 4 by 4 right here, just like that. So feel like this could be, let's bring this up a little bit so that this is kind of tucked in there like that. We got that. Okay. And then we'll get our little mermaids going. Okay. So let's get some more adhesive and just start. So I'm going to use these as the mat, these 4, 5, 6s. And then let's kind of, so we can get this to line up. Like that. And I'm just putting a little bit of a strip of it behind it. Like that. I always like having more pictures on a page than what they show just because I took a lot of pictures and so I need more on there. All right. That lined up. Okay. So now the question is, I have pulled, see if I can get these to come out without losing them. Okay. So I have, you can put like the castle. I'm trying to think, anybody in, this makes me think of Tinkerbell. Like have her doing that. But we also have put that one back. Maybe we put turn it like the mermaid has her. Is okay, like that. And then, ooh, there's one more. Oh yeah, there's this one. Maybe we just put this one here and use the castle one for a different one. Let's look and see. Maybe she goes up here. And this one. That we'll move these guys over just a smidge. And so I have a little bit more space for this one. So I feel like, yeah, I like that a lot. And we're not going to use these for now. We can use these on a different layout. The only question is she's looking out. That kind of bugs me too. So maybe we're doing this. And this guy goes right here. And then we can move these back over because we've got this space now. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I am going to pop her up on some squares. Find my sheet that has my little foam squares on. Right. She's going to go right there, just like that. Now this one, be careful because I already kind of bent the tail to start with. Put this right here, and then this guy will be on foam squares. I've got all my little sticky things. I need to get rid of those. All right, got that. Ooh, sticker sheet. I should have like a little bell. Every time I finish a sheet, I'm like ding, 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 ding. Okay, there we go. Put these away. Pull these off and put those on there. But I think this turned out super cute. And we'll kind of go over all the parts since we had a little bit of an issue with the recording having a mind of its own and stopping. So I'm glad I found it before I like got. That's happened too. And I really don't have any more paper to like do this a second time. So um, for that, I like to record videos, and then when I travel is when I do all my editing and stuff. So tonight I need to make sure I leave myself some notes on that one. And then there we go. And that would be perfect for the Ariel. I think it's Ariel's grotto. I know you see. Oh, that's the turtle one. But yeah, you see Ariel in a couple places, but the new grotto one that was, I guess it's not new anymore. I think it's 5-6 years old now. But um, I think this turned out super cute, and I can get 8 pictures on. If I really need to, I can make these 3x4s. And so I could get, twice as many pictures on there as I want. It just depends on when I go to print my pictures. So once again, we are doing, let's kind of get this in frame and move this out of the way. So we are doing project recipe number 13. And that was originally done with the birds and blossoms and I think this was the spring leaf punch. And we did it using Magical Moments, which is part of the Growing Up collection that Creative Memories recently, it was released in the spring. So this is, you can use it more, you can use it for imaginative play, you can use it for any like adventure parks like Disney World, Disneyland, that kind of stuff. You don't have specific paper to those theme parks. You can use things like these. Um, like I said, we did some adapting. Excuse me. These we didn't even use a border punch, so we didn't even use designer paper. Number two, we used canary cardstock in deep sea green, and we didn't punch on designer paper one um, because the border ended up being the seashells and stuff. So, um, like I said, with project recipes, you don't have to follow everything to a T. You adapt it to what works for you. And I mean, it looks very similar, but it is different. Like I said, this part here is the same. This is the same. This is more journaling, but we added a picture. Um, and that kind of shifted. Oh, maybe we just need some. There we go. Get some adhesive in here. That would be better. That's why it shifted. There we go. Yeah, I shook the whole table. Sorry about that. So, and we added another photo up here. So you can adapt and adjust based on what your photo needs are and what project you are working on. So thanks for joining me. My name is Tracy, Creative Memories Advisor in Des Moines, Iowa. I do hold 7 events a year, which expanding into 2026 will be, I think I'm adding 2 more. I'm still working out dates, but I will put information below so you can get on my mailing list. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I also have an Instagram and a Facebook page. Those are linked below. Be sure to follow those. I post some of my ideas of layouts that I've created, but I haven't necessarily done videos of. So that's a great place to look for inspiration for layouts. And thanks again for joining me and have a great day.